Okay. None of you bought a ticket for this ride. None of you have had to enter this ride. All we have asked you to do is make a donation to the charity. None of those funds that get donated to the charity are fed back into the cost of running this event. That's covered entirely by the sponsors. So the more you can donate, the more we appreciate it. And it makes our effort and the sponsors' money, time, and everything worth much more. So last year we had 550 riders raising about $22,000, which in those days was so the rand was actually at 18 to the dollar last year, I think. So the $22,000 wasn't worth what 22 is worth a little bit more now. This year we've got pretty close to 570 riders. I tried to update this at 5 o'clock this morning. So things have moved on since I just updated my notes here. 570 odd riders, and we just over $18,000 raised. We've been raising some good money from the entries in terms of that money, all for the wristbands, for the day registrations. All of those funds will be donated into the DGR on top of what you amazing folk have already donated. Just out of interest in terms of how South Africa ranks on these rides, and I think we put in a lot of effort because we're all very competitive. I mean, as typical South Africans, we always want to win everything, cricket, rugby. We've got 7 rides in South Africa. Only here in Cape Town are pretty much of a reasonable size. The other ones are just a bunch of mates getting together and having a jolly ride, supporting the cause themselves. So we currently ranked this morning 21 out of 109 countries, which I think is pretty good going. And our Joburg ride is currently ranked 92 out of 1,068 rides worldwide. So well done, guys. Our target this year, I was a bit ambitious, maybe setting it at $30,000. I didn't know that we would have an oil crisis and, you know, a whole lot of other drama that would push our currency out to 16.60 yesterday to the dollar. But say ho, we're going to get past the 22 from last year, and that's our goal. And continues to be a staunch supporter of this event. It's fantastic. Thanks all that Nedbank's on board again. It's truly appreciated. I think you guys bring a lot to this event and our ability to set things up the way we can based on your support. So thanks very much. They've also, I mentioned the bundle, so we'll be drawing that at the end at 1 o'clock. So yeah, over to you if you've got something to say.
I do. Thanks, Bruce. Yeah, so just a reminder, I mean, there's a lovely bundle being provided here, so it's free of charge. You don't have to be a Nedbank client. If you haven't signed up already, I'd urge you to come and visit us here at Nedbank. We'll be drawing that once we get to the prison break. I couldn't help but hear Bruce referring to you as a flock of riders when he asked you all to come forward. I felt that there's got to be a more distinguished collective noun for what we represent here today. So if you'll allow me, I'm going to welcome you as the gentry of distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Has a slightly better ring to it than flock. Oops. So yeah, I'm representing Nedbank Private in particular today, both our private clients and private wealth businesses, and it really is an honor to be part of this event once again and to welcome you all here as Nedbank. And I think maybe just to be clear up front, and Bruce made the point, we're dressed up, the bikes look great, there's a wonderful energy in the air, we're all dressed up in our suits and it really is a spectacle. To that there's no doubt, and I think it'll continue to be a spectacle as we head through the streets of Sandton. But of course the main point is really why we're here today. And I think that just a couple of stats, and this is not to sound morbid, but this is a really important cause, so it is important to sort of make sure that the point lands home. Mainly as a function of suicide. That's a pretty sobering stat. We're here because prostate cancer is the most common cancer in men, not just in South Africa, but around the world. We're here for our fathers, our brothers, our sons, our friends, whose lives are either being cut short or changed forever by either silence or late detection. So this particular event uses, I guess, the spectacle that we'll be creating to create visibility, but the primary cause, and without the cause, this is just a parade, and with the cause, we form a movement. So look at us, every rider here came as an individual, different reasons, different stories, some riding for a dad lost to prostate cancer, some for a mate battling with depression, some because someone asked and they said yes. But the moment we roll out, individual action becomes collective impact. Your entry fee, your contribution, your post online, it all feeds into the same fund for men's mental health and prostate cancer research. That's how change happens, not through one grand gesture, but through thousands of small contributions pointing to one goal. At Nedbank Private, our purpose is primarily to use our financial expertise to do good. For our clients, that means building and protecting wealth across the generations. For South